What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports Match, you guys, with another video. In this video, I just had to vent my frustration. Before I get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So, a lot of people keep on calling Jimmy Garoppolo an average quarterback, a game manager, a system quarterback. Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins, he's in that category. That's what people keep saying. And it's really irking me that people keep saying this, right? Let me address the thing about the system quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo is a system quarterback. That's a lot of people's arguments, right? Well, let's see. Tom Brady has played in the same system for nearly 2 decades. Let's see. Drew Brees has played on the Sean Payton for years on top of years. Let's see. Brett Favre played in the same system for about a good duration of his career. Aaron Rodgers played on the Mike McCarthy for a good duration of his years. Let's see. Joe Montana played under the same system throughout his Super Bowl wins. Let's see. Troy Aikman. Let's see. You guys starting to see the trend? Some of the best quarterbacks have played under the same systems and the same head coach throughout their careers. Don't know if you guys are starting to see that. Let's see, Patrick Mahomes has played with Andy Reid for basically his couple of years in the NFL, right? Nobody's calling him a system quarterback. Nobody calls Drew Brees a system quarterback, right? So people, if you're gonna call somebody a system quarterback, that means you need to call Joe Montana, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees some of the best in the game to ever touch a football and throw the football at the quarterback position, system quarterbacks. So if you're going to call Jimmy Garoppolo a system quarterback, keep that same energy with Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers. Because I don't know if you guys understand, but a big reason to success in the NFL is stability. You're not going to be a good quarterback in the NFL if you constantly have to relearn a new playbook year in and year out. Some of the greatest quarterbacks of all times have played under the same head coaches for almost their whole entire careers. So before you call Jimmy Garoppolo a system quarterback, how about you guys look at all the other greats that have ever touched the football? Look at how long they played under the same system and the same coach for their NFL careers. And you call some of the greats like Joe Montana and Drew Brees, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers system quarterbacks, and they played under the same head coach for a good while. I'm just throwing that out there because people in the media like to twist the narrative to fit what they define the quarterback, and it's wrong and it's inaccurate. If you're going to call Jimmy Garoppolo a system quarterback, then Aaron Rodgers and all the other greats that ever touched the football are system quarterbacks as well. Okay? If that's just the philosophy that people go on, and I'm not comparing Jimmy Garoppolo to some of those guys, I'm just saying if you want to give him the system quarterback label, you got to label all the other guys system quarterbacks as well, since they played for most of their whole entire careers under the same head coach. Okay? That really irks me, right? Then another thing is, explain to me how Jimmy Garoppolo is in the same category as Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. Last time I checked, Jimmy Garoppolo shows up in big games. His stats may not be impressive, but stop looking at the freaking box score. You see, that's all you guys do. All you guys do is look at stats this and stats that. Stats doesn't mean anything most of the time. Stats are just numbers. Football isn't about numbers. It's about what you do on the field, your on-the-field performance. And Jimmy Garoppolo's on-the-field performance exceeds his stats and his numbers. The dude almost threw for 4,000 yards, has 27 touchdown passes, and 13 interceptions. Those numbers don't look average to me. A lot of you guys don't even watch 49ers games, right? And don't lie to me and say, because unless you're a 49ers fan, a lot of you guys haven't seen a lot of 49ers games, because a lot of 49ers games take place on the East Coast. So if you live on the East Coast and you have only watched 2 or 3 49ers games, how can you call Jimmy Garoppolo an average quarterback when you haven't seen every single game he's played in? He balled out versus the Saints. A lot of people said that wasn't going to happen. Balled out versus the Carolina Panthers early on in the year. For some reason, a lot of people didn't see Jimmy Garoppolo being good enough to help the 49ers beat the Panthers, right? Beat the Packers. So, I mean, I'm not understanding the narrative of how Jimmy Garoppolo is an average quarterback. He does what needs to be done, and he rises to the occasion. He steps up in big moments. He's clutch. He was clutch versus Seattle. He was clutch versus the 49ers. What more do you need to see? Dak Prescott folded in clutch situations. When Ezekiel Elliott doesn't show up, Dak Prescott doesn't show up. When the run game doesn't show up for Minnesota, Kirk Cousins doesn't show up. Jimmy Garoppolo has showed in and time out that if you need to rely on him to win the game, he can win the game for you. New Orleans, Arizona, come on. Why does everybody hate Jimmy Garoppolo? I'm not understanding. Is it because his girlfriend or he used to date a porn star or something like that? It makes no sense to me. The hate makes no sense. People just go off numbers. Numbers do not tell the story about how good of a player is. You can't just define how good of a player is because of his stats. Dak Prescott led the NFL in passing yards this year. Is he one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? Heck no. Watch the games. Watch the film. Jimmy Garoppolo is an above-average quarterback, soon to be a top 10 quarterback. He wins games. He shows up in big moments. He's the definition of a franchise quarterback. Two things you want out of your franchise quarterback: able to win games and show up in big moments. Jimmy Garoppolo always has shown up to the equation in big moments. Unlike guys like Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott, are known throughout their careers, their young careers, for not showing up in the big moments on the biggest stages when it matters the most. So, please stop with this. Jimmy Garoppolo is average. He's not average. He is an above average quarterback. I don't know why people in the media keep saying this. Just because he threw 8 passes in the conference championship game doesn't make him an average quarterback. In football, you do what gets you the most success. What got you to the dance? What got the 49ers to the Super Bowl? What got the 49ers at that point to the NFC Championship game? Running the football. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Green Bay couldn't stop the run. So what did Kyle Shanahan do? He kept on running the freaking football. So explain to me how Jimmy Garoppolo is an average quarterback for the 49ers run game being so doggone good. I'm not understanding the narrative of how Jimmy Garoppolo is an average quarterback. The hate needs to stop. It just needs to stop. Because at this point, a lot of you guys who still keep on calling Jimmy Garoppolo an average quarterback sound foolish at this point. You sound ignorant at this point. All this guy has done has won games every single place he's been at. He won games for New England. He won games as soon as he arrived at San Francisco. We saw how bad the 49ers were when he got injured and was out for the season. We saw that. So please, just stop embarrassing yourself and stop listening to these guys on national television and agree with everything they say. Because a lot of these guys are wrong. They do hot takes for views, clicks, and attention. Jimmy Garoppolo is not an average quarterback. He's definitely not in the same category as a Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. When the run game hasn't been there, Jimmy Garoppolo has showed up. He showed up versus New Orleans. He showed up versus Arizona. I don't know what more do you guys need to see out of this guy. Is he a top 10 quarterback? No. Is he an elite quarterback? No. But he's not an average quarterback. He is an above average quarterback. He doesn't need talent around him to win. Because last time I checked, the first year he was a 49er, they were on a 5-game winning streak to close out the season. So, I'm not understanding that philosophy. I'm not understanding the mentality. I'm not understanding Jimmy Garoppolo hate. So, for all you guys hating on Jimmy Garoppolo, do yourself a favor. Watch the games. Watch the film. And stop sounding ignorant. Because you sound like a hater and you sound ignorant at this point. Stop looking at stats. Stop going by what these people on national television say. Because they're wrong. Jimmy Garoppolo is far from an average quarterback. He is an above average quarterback. I'm not understanding the Jimmy Garoppolo hate, and it needs to stop. So this is it for this video. Let me know what you guys have to say about this down in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.